Hey, welcome to the Summit Host Hangout podcast where you'll learn how to plan, strategize, and launch your profitable online summit. No influencer status necessary. I'm your host, Krista from Summit in a Box, and we are currently in a series about your summit speakers. Today, in episode 19, we're breaking down a piece of that to talk about choosing speakers that will get both you and them good results. So we're going to cover why this is important and the simple steps to make it happen. Before we dive in, what we're about to cover in this episode is a secret to your summit success that you do not hear anyone talk about. And guess what? There are more. In fact, I've put together a PDF with my 12 best summit hosting tips, and you can get it today at summithosthangout.com/secrets. Let's start by talking about why it's so important to choose the right speakers. When you're deciding which speakers to pitch, it's really tempting to just pitch whoever comes to mind first. So friends, someone who's a pretty big name in the industry, people who you know do a lot of summit presentations, those are the people you are going to be drawn to. But here's the problem with that. And it's a problem I've been guilty of even up until now, until it clicked after my most recent summit. Taking the easy way out and pitching the first people that come to mind isn't doing you or them any favors. When you choose the right speakers, you'll see them bring in crazy amounts of attendees and sales and value. And you'll also be able to get them more warm leads and affiliate income through the summit as well. But when you skip this step and you don't do that, they might promote harder than anyone else and not make a single sale, which is what I saw happen with my last summit, which is kind of what helped with this wake-up call. This is defeating for them, and it's not getting you any closer to your goals, because odds are, if their audience isn't interested in your summit's topic, your audience isn't going to be interested in what they have to say either. So of course there will be exceptions to that, but that's what I want you to think about and think about pretty carefully. And to put this into perspective, in my last summit, it was truly the difference of me paying several affiliates anywhere from $1,000 to $3,500 versus zero with a similar amount of promotion. I mean, I will add that people that saw the sales coming in kept up their promotion throughout the entire event, and they're more likely to do that, but that still shows just how big this difference can be. And then to highlight the speaker's results a little bit more, it was the difference between presenters literally getting sales while their presentation was live versus never seeing more than the portion of the email list I sent them for people who downloaded the worksheet for the presentation. So all of that to say, if you choose the right speakers, it's more worth it for everybody. And this gets to me, but when you hear the summit haters out there saying that summits don't work, don't host a summit, don't speak at a summit, it is because they, or whoever they talk to about it, didn't get this right. That along with they didn't get their niche and topic right, which we talked about in episodes 4 through 6. But this is one of the specific reasons that people say summits don't work. It's because people get this part of it wrong. So I'll get off my soapbox and let's talk about how to choose the right speakers. Now, I feel like this first part was kind of a long-winded explanation about why it's so important, but the actual how behind it is very simple. And I guess it's one of those things it's simple to explain, maybe not quite so simple to do, but you'll get it. The key behind choosing the right speakers is choosing speakers who have the same ideal audience and ideal client as you. They don't necessarily need to be your competition, although they definitely can be, but they need to be selling something to your ideal client. When your ideal client is the same of the ideal client of your speakers, the struggles of those people are the same and they want the same outcomes, which means your summit's messaging lines up with the speaker's messaging and everything after that just comes naturally. So to give you an example, my target audience for the business I've run my summits for up until now is brand and web designers, and I do WordPress development for them. So the speakers who have brought in the most signups and sales to the summit and who have seen the biggest results themselves from the summit also target brand and web designers specifically rather than any creative business owner out there. Some of them also sell digital products for designers. Some of them do mentoring or coaching, but the similar audience is what really matters. And up until now, I just thought, as long as some designers are in their audience, that's good enough. Designers do relate with the creative business owner label. So I thought, as long as I have speakers that target that. That's all I need. But I really found this time that was not enough. But finding speakers who have a very similar target audience to yours is all there is to it. Now, of course, you want to choose people who you know will contribute valuable presentations, but I know you were already doing that, so we don't even have to worry about it. So while it's tempting to choose the first speaker that pops into your head, it is really worth it to look a little harder to find people who cover each topic who have an audience that is similar as possible to your own. So I have some action steps for you. If you have a list of potential speakers already made, I want you to go through it and sort out the ones who don't have a similar ideal audience to you. If it's more specific than yours, then that is probably more okay. So for example, maybe you target creative business owners, which if you listen to the series on niching your summit, you know I want your summit to be more niche than that. But let's just say your target audience is creative business owners and you pitch someone who with an audience of designers, that would be a better fit than if it's the other way around. If their audience is a lot wider than yours, or it's completely different, you're not going to see as good of results from those people, and they aren't going to benefit as much through your summit. So I want you to start by going through your list and sorting those ones out. Then I want you to look through that list you created and decide which speakers you'll replace with someone with a closer audience match, and which speakers you'd like to pitch anyways just for the value they'll bring. So I hope this helps. I am really excited to see what this very simple tip can do for your summit. If you do this and compare the results afterwards with the speakers that have a similar audience to yours versus the ones who don't, you are going to see this in action. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode. For show notes and resources, you can head to summitHostHangout.com/019. In the next episode, we'll be chatting about pitching your speakers, all of whom will be the perfect fit after listening to this episode, so be sure to tune in for that. And what we talked about in this episode is a secret to success you do not hear much about. And guess what? There are more. In fact, I've put together a PDF with my 12 best summit hosting tips, and you can get it today at summitHostHangout.com/secrets. Now go out and take action to plan, strategize, and launch your profitable online